Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, back with another gold guide. I got another part of my Legion Resell series for you. This is a series where I talk about items you can farm or buy now and sell them at a high price come the release of Legion or its big pre-patch. In this video, I want to talk about the upcoming Tomes of Illusion. As you may know, with the upcoming pre-patch, we'll finally be getting the wardrobe system, which lets us collect every single weapon and armor model in the game, and allows us to easily transmog them. Along with this, or shortly after, something called Tomes of Illusions are going to be released. And what these do is when you use them, it unlocks enchant effects for you to transmog on your weapon. It's sort of similar to the enchanting hut in Draenor, but it'll be much more accessible because once you unlock them, you have them forever. And you can switch them out whenever you want at your local transmog NPC. There are 8 different tomes, with each of them being split up between each expansion. They're made by enchanters, and what we're interested in here are the crafting materials needed to make them. To make these, you have to have a wide array of these enchanting materials and other reagents tied to each expansion. For example, the Old World Vanilla Tome needs brilliant shards and essences of fire, water, and undeath. And for the Cataclysm enchants, you need maelstrom crystals, heavenly shards, and various volatile elements. As you may know, for the most part, these materials are dirt cheap right now. Some of them range as low as 5 gold each. These tomes are usable by anyone, so the idea here is when these release and everybody's going crazy over the new wardrobe system, there's going to be a huge increase in demand for these materials because everybody's going to want to get their hands on these tomes. And I think that's true for any collection-based system. Just look at how crazy people can get with the mount, toy, and pet collections. Like I said, there are to be 8 different tomes. I'll have links in the description to every single one, but I'll go over every single one anyways because I do have some footnotes. I'll also have a link to the Undermined Journal as well. This is a website that lets you track the prices of all of these items, so I highly recommend you check that out before buying anything. First up, we have the Tome of Illusions, Azeroth. This will give you the Fiery, Unholy, and Cold Light enchants. For materials, you need 10 large brilliant shards and 5 essences of water, fire, and undeath. And all of these will need light parchments, which of course are vendor bought. For the Outland Tome, which is the Burning Crusade expansion tier, you need 10 void crystals, and 5 each of large prismatic shards, primal fires, and primal manas. For the Northrend Tome, you need 10 abyss crystals, 5 dream shards, 8 greater cosmic essences, and 4 eternal waters. For the Cataclysm tier, it's split up into 2 parts. For the first part, you need 10 maelstrom crystals, 10 heavenly shards, and 5 volatile airs and earths. For the second part, you also need 10 maelstrom crystals, and you also need 3 each of volatile air, earth, fire, life, and water. Pandaria is also split up into 2 parts. For the first part, you need 10 Sha crystals, and 2 each of imperial amethyst, wild jades, and vermilion onyx. And for the second part, you need 10 more Sha crystals, and 2 River's Hearts, Primordial Rubies, and Sun's Radiance. And lastly, for Draenor, you need a whopping 20 Temporal Crystals, 10 Sorcerous Airs and Waters, and 15 Savage Bloods. So there are a ton of different items you can buy. For me personally, I'm only going to focus on a few. For the most part, I want to avoid the enchanting crystals because they're easier to farm. One thing you have to keep in mind is when the wardrobe system releases, everyone is going to be running these old raids to collect all of the models. A lot of them are going to be enchanters, and I think it's going to cause a sizable increase in the supply of all of these crystals and shards. So therefore, they won't see as big of an increase as some of the other materials. I think the better items to invest your gold into would be the things that people don't normally farm, like the element reagents such as primal fires, manas, eternal waters, and so on. I'm personally going to stock up on primal fire, primal mana, eternal water, and volatile airs and earths. I'm only choosing volatile airs and earths because they're used in both parts of the Cataclysm tomes, and they're dirt cheap right now with volatile earth being just under 4 gold, and the airs being just over 7 gold. I think I'm going to avoid the Pandaria gems just due to the fact that they have a high posting price. Like I said, nothing is ever 100%, and if they decide to change the crafting cost for all of these tomes, they'll be really hard to get rid of, and it's going to cost you a lot of gold if they expire. On that note, try not to go too crazy with this. It is alpha after all, and everything is always subject to change. I think as it stands right now, if they don't change anything, it'll be a good investment, but I personally won't invest more than 50,000 gold, I think. So definitely don't go too overboard. I think compared to some of my other resale videos, this one isn't as safe because we also don't know if these tomes will be released along with the wardrobe or not. The more time between the release of the wardrobe and the tomes, the worse it'll be because a lot of the hype will die down in the meantime. I think it would make sense for Blizzard to release them at the same time though, because if you look at the enchanting skill to make these, they're all level 700 and under, so they're still in this tier. But you never know, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. If you do decide to do a little investing, I wish you luck. As always, if you have any suggestions on other items that may see an increase in price come Legion or the pre-patch, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for new ideas in this series, and I'm sure there are a ton of items out there that have that potential to see an increase. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. Give it a like if you liked it, and if you really liked it, let me know in the comments and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, good luck, and peace!